directed by Fred Olen Ray. And every time I bring up Fred Olen Ray, it's the same thing. I have to mention that he's done a lot of low budget films, and I think we've seen a lot of them, and I never can really think of it. And then when I look to see all the shit that he's directed or played a part in, had some role in, there's too much of it for me to even look through to bother to tell you, like, oh, I think we've seen this one or some other one. But that said, we have seen Fred Olen Ray films. In this one, I would think is probably one of the better ones, if I could think of one of his films, because I liked it. I enjoyed watching it. Great movie night stuff. It was like if Star Wars, I guess, were a women in prison film. I think some of the atmospherics, the set, it looked like it was kind of inspired by the Alien vibe, more so than Star Wars. But like the opening shot is there's a woman hanging up on like the rafters in a spacecraft or something, and somebody's applying leeches to her, like these space leeches with kind of like these gnarly spikes on them and shit like that. And yanks one off and eats it, all the while a little Star Wars-esque robot is like zooming around, probably a remote control car with a cover on it, saying some stuff in robot voice. Not sure what it was. We never get back to that. And then all of a sudden, like a title screen just kind of cuts in. And then we start with the story, which is, our hero is running around on a desert planet, which looks more like a national park, in
I think somebody said it looked like Mississippi. I think that was Father Flanagan.
It looked a little deserty, I think. It looked a little dry. It was at least summertime and rained in a few days. And there's the guy in the safety glasses walking around wearing that weird chunky armor. And then he sent some guys who looked like they were in a early hair metal band. Or more like Nelson, kind of, just like long stringy hair kind of thing going on, wearing like Google glasses, running around. And for some reason they were trying to catch her and her little people. I'm not even sure why. And then she started fighting, proved herself a real warrior. And then they throw her in this women in prison situation on a spaceship. And I remember for a while it was going on, and I commented that it was like somebody wanted to do a women's in prison film, but decided that instead of bare tits, they were going to go with outer space. But then we did start seeing some bare tits, and oddly enough, they were pretty sparse on those, and yet in one scene they threw them in so gratuitously that you'd think it couldn't have been that hard to figure out. I mean, they just did a part where she went walking into a room and decided she needed to change her shirt.
Let's all go to the lobby to get ourselves